Guys, we are back. It is Carnival Sunday, Dimash Gras. We'll get into some of that later on. But of course, you see my co-hosts are here with me. This is Soca or Die, episode 9. I am Aurelia Bruce. Of course, multiple names, Bruce, Miss Really, whatever you want to call me. And I am here with my panel again, and I'll allow them to introduce themselves now.
Hi, I'm Evo. I'm her big sister, so she can't tell me things, and I'm very excited about today's episode.
Hi, I'm Peter Christopher, that journalist who really loves soca for some reason.
Hi, I'm Kareem. I'm back again. They asked me, I'm here.
And here he is. And now you'll also notice that we have a fifth person with us today, and that is RisAnne Martin. And we'll get into her a bit after this. But RisAnne is a wearable art and costume designer, a published stylist, and youth mentor. And of course, she has a fashion brand called Brown Cotton Caribbean. Now, some of her popular styling work can be seen on the likes of Patrice Roberts, Nyla Blackman, Destra Garcia, the Marshall Montano, Soca Jesus, as we call him here,
Soca Jesus.
and Olatunji, just to name a few. So, RisAnne, tell us about yourself as well as about the Brown Cotton Caribbean brand and that company.
Okay, well, I am a very humble, happy creator. Really enjoying living in the Caribbean, in Trinidad and Tobago sometimes, most of the times. My brand is ever changing and kind of ever growing and ever evolving. And COVID has changed things a lot. I know you all have been hearing this, but it's facts. I mean, for everybody. COVID kind of changed things around, and now we focus way more on wearable art and youth mentorship. That's kind of where our work is happening right now. Brown Cotton Caribbean does, well, a lot of commercial work in the fashion industry, or commercials generally, like ads and stuff, TV ads, stuff like that. That's how we make our real money. And then use the real money to do the dream projects, the projects that kind of give me life and give my partner life, and, you know, just allows us to be happy.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
And RisAnne, one of the things again that we know and that we ought to tell our viewers is that, of course, your costume design work can be found in, you know, again, Lost Tribe band, and you've been designing there for about 3 years. Tell us a bit about you know, your work with Lost Tribe, and have you worked with other bands as well before?
Yeah. Okay, well, my first experience in Carnival was with Lost Tribe, and, well, designing costumes. I had a kind of love-hate relationship with Carnival because my mother was really in love with Carnival, and I always did Kiddies Carnival, and then she got really sick a few years ago and passed away. And it kind of broke my heart, and Carnival was just an emotional, not so good vibe for me anymore. Yeah, I was drinking too much and just getting out of hand. I guess it was kind of the way I was dealing with grief.
Processing.
And it left a sour taste in my mouth, and I decided I can't really honor the real feeling of Carnival or what it meant to me. So I need to just done. And the only way that I'll get back into it is if I'm designing my own section. And when I said that, I didn't mean that for real. I was just like, yeah, that means I'm done then. Because I'm probably never going to do that, right? So a few years later, I went to London College of Fashion. And while I was there, I saw Lost Tribe launch. I was there for the summertime, and Lost Tribe usually launches. Carnival usually launches in July, costumes and stuff. And I saw the costumes, and I was like, I was like, this thing big and colorful and fabric and very fashion. Like I felt connected 100%, and it would just inspire me. Like I know of Minshall and all, and in Berkeley, I was a big fan of theirs. But in terms of it being commercial and it being a trendy young people thing, it just felt out of touch, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't feel connected to them because I love sexy, and I love, you know, I love my body a lot, and I love wearing things that make me feel real confident and sexy. And those things don't always mean strings for me personally. Don't always mean my whole ass needs to be outside. I mean, it's a really nice ass.
It's beautiful.
But
it's beautiful.
It doesn't have to, you know what I mean? That's just not how I feel comfortable for hours. Surely comfort mattered for Carnival, because you're wearing the same thing from 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning till 7 or 8 o'clock in the night. And after a while, you're bruising and all kind of thing with his tongue. So I was like, I need more costume, I need more zhuzh, I need shoulders, I need, you know, I need
Yeah.
to feel
Yes.
like I existing on the road on my own and individual. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
felt like each costume was an individual costume.
Mhm.
So I was like, yeah, this is it. I will play with them, maybe.
Yeah.
And then
I
when I
think
came
that's
back
one of
to
no, sorry, I
okay,
was just gonna say that was one of the things that I noticed immediately about Lost Tribe as well. It
yeah.
felt like it felt like costuming. Like I was going
Mm-hmm.
to play a mask. I was gonna portray a costume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like the spiritual side to costuming and carnival for me, like because theater was my first entrance into fashion and acting and all of that was part of my career before, it had a very performative kind of way. So that's why costume mattered. Because I remember when I was in Jamaica at school doing theater and I was in a play, the costume was extra. Whatever costume you give me, I could get into that character, but the costume was the inspiration. That's when I realized fashion is my thing. Costuming, like I need to do this, right? So it really matters. It really matters, you know. And Lush had that. So when I came back, I kind of sent out my feelers and manifest my little Obia vibes and tell everybody that if I'm doing anything, I'm doing it for them. And I don't know, something happened along the way and they contacted me and was like, hey, we like your styling. Want to talk about something? And I was like, what? Yes, I'm coming tomorrow. When?
That was
You
actually
know?
one of the questions I had for you, RisAnne, because I was wondering for other young creatives, people who are just getting into the space and probably aspire to doing carnival designs, costume designing.
Mm-hmm.
What is that process like? Is it that they reach out to you, or you can send work to them, samples or images to them? You know, how do you even get involved in costume design, especially if you're interested in the bigger bands? You know.
Mm-hmm. I think you have to put your work out there. Like, consistently put your work out there. Sorry, this I want to be
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
okay. I just
Yeah.
see myself, so I was just like,
Yes, absolutely.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at everybody. Yeah.
Now
So
we're paying attention. We're paying
I think you
attention.
have to consistently put your work out there and just be delusional. Like for a lot of the years I started doing stuff, that was kind of the comments my friends had like, sis, okay then. I was like, yeah, I want to dress in Beyonce. And they're like, when you dress in girl, bye. Like, what you doing? You know? And like, you can't really fault them because they have never been witness to greatness or witness to anybody being so authentic that it making them uncomfortable. You know what I
Right.
mean? And that kind of authenticity, you can't let that die. You can't let that, you know what I mean? You have to kind of boldly, even if it's by yourself, fight through and put your work out there because they have social media. I mean, that makes it 10 times easier. You know,
Right.
social media makes it 10 times easier to get your work out there, to get people to see your work. You know what I mean? You have an online portfolio at all times. You know what I mean? That people could go to. You could die and they will still be able to go and see, wow, this was the bomb.
Quick question. How do you deal with the criticism of your work though?
I take it in with good stride. Sometimes it's real funny.
Well, obviously
Shanice, when they
it have
listen here,
haters in everything, but
Shanice,
you
when
know.
they listen here, they're just real
Um,
hilarious with it, and I find that so creative.
mhm.
I can't say that it do bother me sometimes because I mean, shit is bother you.
I think if you said that, I would think you're lying. But the fact
Yeah,
that you said that, you know, it is bottom, and
of
that more
course,
real now, because I
yes,
mean,
it
you're
must
putting your
bother
passion
you.
into
Yeah, you
things
man,
now,
I
but
know.
done.
You
Yeah.
know. But yeah, I think taking the constructive vibes from it is always good because I've gotten insulted before. Like I would say insulted over something, and when I think about it and I meditate on what was said, take out all the things that was meant to hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
There's something below there, no? There's
Mm-hmm.
always something below there.
Some
Not that I
truth.
was going to change my design to suit their opinion, but at least I get their opinion. I hear them. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? When people come with the force, though, when they angry with it, then I just feel like I don't know if it's a black girl thing. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's a I only
Right.
doing this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, this girl grew up in the ghetto. Why she? What
But she
going on
feels she
here?
did. You ever get the
Yeah.
feel she did that?
So
She feels
that's
she did.
probably that's probably the the angle that as assume. I still don't
Mm-hmm.
know where this
Mm-hmm.
is coming from, but as assume that also I haven't always been as woke as I am now. Like, you know, I was real mean and miserable and dealing with my trauma in real ways that wasn't nice to other people, you know.
Right.
And I didn't know. I was not aware of that I was hurting others with my words and my loudness and my aggression, you know. I really used it to hurt people in school and just in general as a younger person. And now, when I could look back on that and own and claim things, it's helped my work, it's helped everything. I've put all of that into my work, my grief, I've put it into my work, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just a stepping stone vibe, but definitely to answer your question, sorry, because I was real straight about young
You'll fit right in.
creatives coming out and doing their thing and being noticed. I say do the work and put it out there as much as possible and be pushy. Be very pushy. Really try. And DM people and say, hey, I love your thing. I want to work with you. This is my thing. What do you think? You know what I mean? And let them say, oh, that thing is not the sis. Why don't you use this and that and this? And you know what I mean?
Take note and get
notes. Give you the work, but you just have to be ready. People just come at you and they don't want to show you their work. They're scared. You know what I mean? You have to be ready. And it's a vulnerable thing. You have to be real open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The creation is a real uncomfortable, not nice, glamorous. It look glamorous in the end, but the process is not.
And I think because whether we're talking about soca as in the music or any kind of music or even designing and any artistic endeavor, it is very subjective. And I think sometimes as well, it's important to separate criticisms from critiques, right? Because critique is you might not want to hear the critique, but the critique is in an effort to improve or develop your output, whereas a criticism is that one that comes from a negative space. So it's important to distinguish between, okay, is this a criticism or is this a critique? And not only that, but important to distinguish, you are trying to criticize me instead of
it's a critique of my work.
Who is delivering, right? And then, okay, is it that you are delivering it in a negative way, or is it that I'm receiving it in a negative, way? Yeah.
But I thought a good point that you made too, RisAnne, was that being bold, being pushy and being bold, because something that I've been meditating on for a little while in my own space as a creative person is that quote, and I can't tell you who said it, but it's that quote that says the imposters never have the syndrome. Never. And you always find that people who have genuine talent are so timid about their talent and so timid with their craft because it's so personal, because it usually comes from a place of vulnerability when you're creating it. You know what I mean? That
also because we were programmed. Also because we're conditioned and programmed to be scared about our own opinion, to be scared about creating something and offering it up to the world.
To the world. Putting it out there.
I wish when I was younger, I felt more confident. I was still waiting on people to knight me and say, yes, go forth, my dear, and create. Who's that? Who's that person? Up to now, they didn't reach, you know what I mean? And then the opinions of people who I would consider my idols before, that became my rivals, right? right? Like it's important to see yourself in our real, as I say, and I'll keep using the word delusional because it's not really delusional, you know. It's just our programming teaches us humility in a kind of slavery, colonialism kind of way, and that's harmful. It's harmful to our art. It's harmful. It has harmed everything. It has harmed everything. And our healing could only start when we reconnect with our creative side. Like Kareem doing his food. That is where it was always him. That was there from birth. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I express myself.
Society tell you if you're a cook, that means it was done. So that way it was done. In school,
I like to think that I'm not
degree
done.
And you could,
I'd like to think that I'm not done. I'd like to think that I'm not.
Like for example, my career too, you know, as a fashion designer / seamstress, because people can't see beyond seamstress. Right? Coding and textiles in school.
And that's not a subject. That's not a subject.
Doing good in things that's not real. That
people listen to that at CXC, clothing and textile.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Like,
all of
somebody
us,
can't
we
do
have a problem. Like
somebody can't do maths.
Our conditioning is the problem, and we are the problem. We're keeping ourselves back.
Yeah, I think in two ways, because it definitely has a lot to do with us as a culture, you know, not just in Trinidad and Tobago, but again in the region as well. And then the second thing is also how we view, again, putting this in the context of the creative industries, how we view it. So two things on that. In the first instance, in terms of our society, I feel like, I can't remember who I was talking to because I talk so much, but I was talking to somebody and I was saying, you know, in Trinidad and Tobago, we have this, I don't know what to call it, a love affair with putting people in their place, right? And
especially Black women. Sorry.
Black
This was
people.
Black states.
Black men is good too.
Yeah, of
as
course.
soon as
Black
somebody
men, we are the low, on the lowest
rung rung of the
Yeah.
ladder, yeah.
Know your
Black and
place.
black women, yeah.
Know your
So as
place. Know your
soon
place
as
kind of thing.
somebody get a little end or get an edge, or so and I look at it kind of like we will cheer you on to a certain distance, but if you cross a particular threshold, then all of a sudden you too big, or how you go do this, and why you going and start there, or why you feel like and all this kind of thing. And again, people only perceive you by their own limitations, like like you were saying. So there is that. And like from the time you get into public office, or you get into your soca song start to reach thing, and you're touring with something, it's like, oh, this person feel they there, and then a whole host of everybody
Where
who
is
knows
the
you.
day that this feel we is? Where the day is us?
And he renting in New York, all them soca song he sing, and his rent he paying over there.
I'm to that.
No, and all who
I'm to that.
know when you used to go to this primary school, and in primary school you used to pick your nose. So I don't know why you feel like you all this kind of nonsense, right? And then the second part of it, again, in our mindset and us as a society, is that, again, you want the Marshall, right? And you want the Minchells and the RisAnnes, and you want the who else? You want the, I don't know, the Atto Boldens or the whatever else. But in school, right? The support that you're supposed to be getting, whether it is at school or in your community or at home, is like, that music thing ain't going nowhere, why you think
Yes.
So how do you
Delusion.
expect that you
Delusional.
get to that stage if you're not nurturing it in a way that says, you know what, like you say, clothing and textiles is not just about repairing, fixing up
Seamstress.
My pants repair some pants there. Take it in and I say, what?
You know what I try to do? I do this, and I did this specifically with RisAnne. I remember I was driving on the highway with people in the car, and I saw one of those billboards. And I remember seeing her Instagram when she was like a behind the scenes of it now. And just a month later, I saw the billboard up there. And I remember specifically pointing it out to my, for a plug here, to my now wife. I remember pointing and saying, like, you see, I know the person who would have done all this styling for that, She's actually fantastic. She has her own company. I basically tried to go through RisAnne resume. I didn't say how I know her or anything. I'd be like, that person is that's a regular, like me and you person who reached there. That is not some big advertising firm.
But reach where?
But this is the point. The point is, I'm not trying to say
such
that
our birthright. Success is such our birthright that it
but-
should be normal. Every human being on this earth walking next to me and me is the same. We could achieve it.
Yeah.
The same thing.
And that's the point I was making. That's the point I was making. I was like, Dan, if she could do it, all we could do wherever you're good at,
whatever it
just
is
do
you
it and
want.
go out there,
Yeah.
I big up every way I get a chance.
Like, it's sung in fantasy, like, because it have hungry days. It have times when it have no shoots. It have times when, you know what I mean? So, and it's a risk. It's a 100% risk. They have no safety nets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you train yourself out there, and to me, the universe just respond to that shit. It might seem crazy, or the time it might seem off. Like it might feel like it's just on the cusp of dying from starvation. Then a lifetime will just suddenly find out. Like, where this come from?
Is Peter falling asleep?
You had
I am not falling asleep.
What is your excuse?
You're just like, listen, I ate lunch and whatever.
So I can't believe that's what you're trying to do.
Peter, you need to later, man. Peter not falling asleep, he resting up. Anytime I get a chance to
please don't let Gary come for you. Careful how you're advertising your little session.
It's literally the 10 in-laws that are allowed in the space coming over.
Okay. Just to clarify.
Just to clarify.
Just to let people know.
So I must admit,
this is not Private Ryan here. One's Private Ryan.
No.
I'm very excited about this game. I want to see what is
let me see what's going on with this game.
And the do's and the
Let's see.
I'm just like, what are they going to show me? What is going to happen?
Before we think, I'm going to take us down before I take us back up.
Okay.
If you guys would allow me. Because again, back to the self-actualization and back to the, again, having a belief in yourself, even if the people around you might be saying otherwise, and, making and creating and putting your heart and soul into things. And I want to acknowledge, because, this is Soca or Die. And the soca flows from the calypso, and I want to recognize the calypso mother and just just a moment of silence on her recent passing. So just for singing Sandra, may her soul rest in peace, and may her work live on. We should be
Forever.
teaching and using that music to, not just to educate, but also to
Inspire.
inspire,
Story.
this generation. And these things kind of hurt me, or worry me when when you have a whole generation of people who are old enough to know that don't know.
Yes.
And when you talk about, I don't even know what it is, right? It's so interesting for somebody who you don't know to have an impact on you,
Mm-hmm.
kind of way. And I was talking to my other sister. We were talking about singing Sandra, and particularly that song, Voices from the Ghetto, and the kind of song, the way that she sang the song.
Delivery.
Even if you did not experience, or even if you weren't there in that kind of, you felt there was a literal crying. The song was a wail.
It was
And I
amazing.
think, given what we've been through as a country, in recent times as well, I think it is important to be, because we're overlooking certain things in our society. We're overlooking the people aspect of things, because policy is good, legislation is good, enforcement is good. All those things are reactive measures. We're not dealing with proactive. And are we satisfying? Are we seeing to the well-being of our people? But I digress, because singing Sandra also able to do transition in a way that we were talking about another artist in season 1, but when she sang Paramin, so again, versatility, and that voice is one, I think, that is unmatched so far. I don't know where you are in Trinidad and Tobago or in the region who have the voice and the what you call that?
The ability to emote.
Yes, that.
Yes.
This. We talk with our hands. This. This to carry
The
on.
ability to emote and connect with your audience, even over a medium like music, and just vocally. I feel as though her delivery always inserts into her songs every ounce of emotion that you are meant to feel. She does not throw away a line when she sings it. She's always been that type of performer. Even before you might remember, really, we as children growing up, one of our aunts used to sew. She was a seamstress, but she was a designer in her own right, and still is, for the United Sisters, which Singing Sandra was a part of. And Auntie Joanne Tigress, she sang with the United Sisters. And so their music, something that we knew that was a part of who we are. And you are right, there's a generation that very well should know these people, that have no reason to not have this thing a part of their lifeblood, and they don't know it, they don't understand it, they don't respect it. And so Singing Sandra passes, and it's a blip on the radar. We get a news story, and it's at the bottom of the news. And we owe them better. We owe them better. They, I think, have done so much to create the generation that we are now, that has this deep sense of love and respect and reverence for the soca and the calypso and everything that came before and that will still come. And we need to do more to make sure that future generations can be inspired by it, can revere it, can know it and love it in the way that we all do. So yes, rest in peace, Singing Sandra.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready for?
Went down to go up, if that is possible. And so we're going to play a game with RisAnne. So RisAnne is our first guest, and as our first guest, we have to baptize you in some bacchanal.
I'm ready.
Our first and most important guest.
Right. We're going to start you with some easy ones.
Okay.
So you'll take it easy.
You'll have your signs ready, guys.
Signs. We have to do signs.
Yes.
We have to do signs.
No, you don't have to do signs.
You don't have
because
to do signs. You will say, right?
Head
So
judge.
apologies for the screen. So the game we're playing is called Do Like That or Do Like That. Yeah?
So was I supposed to spell it the proper English way, because I have do, eh?
No, it's supposed to be Do, but you see, it's a long story about what
If
happened
they
when I was
educated you, that's fine. We'll let it pass.
when I was creating and I was, that kind of thing, right? So of course, the lyrical video, song, one of my favorites from the last season. Not the point. The point is, RisAnne is going to tell us, right? We're going to give her different scenarios, and she's going to tell us whether or not that is her, whether do like that, or whether that is not her, and or she do like that, right?
So-
We're going to start, like I said, with some scenarios, and then we might get into some, looks.
Okay. So you're gonna see all of our opinions as well, right? Because we have our handy dandy.
Yes. So the
Of
panel.
course, we are
But she's the head
cards.
judge.
Shucks.
RisAnne is the head judge.
Cards?
Yeah.
I just have a paper.
Come on, well, the paper, it's okay, paper,
Alright,
card.
I'm
Once
making
it
my,
does
I'm
the
making my
job.
sign. I'm making my sign here. No.
Well,
Get
first,
it
I think
together,
the first thing
guys.
might be. I think the first thing might be for her to tell us if she liked the sign or not, because I expecting some crap with some things to go wrong there.
All right, okay, so she's gonna judge the signs first.
Well,
I'm ready. I'm ready, RisAnne.
I'm ready.
This
I
is
like
my
that.
sign. This is my sign.
I like that. I do like that.
Thank you.
I'm not going to pop mine, but that
Okay,
real
what
fancy.
do we have? Like that, yeah. He said, "Do we have us do like that?" I like it. Cream, do that real fast, boy.
Done.
Do
I
like
form,
that?
I
Do like
form
that.
three.
Do
I form three
like that.
artists. I form
Very
three art. They
simple.
can't talk to me.
Very
Very
good.
can't.
All right,
Let's
we
do
ready?
this.
All right. So is everyone ready?
Ready.
All right. So, like I said, do like that or do like that. So I'll give you the question. No carnival. Do like that or you do like that? RisAnne, you're gonna have to say it out because we have
Sorry,
listeners
I
who not.
don't like that.
I do like that.
Yeah, because we have listeners who can't see
Sorry,
the sign.
I
Of
do like
course,
that. I do
you
like
are
that.
listening.
My sign is
Feel,
fresh.
feel free to check us out on Facebook. Yeah. So the next one. Are you the first person in the fete? Do like that. Do like that.
Do like that.
I think it depends on the fat, though.
It's just like
First,
all-inclusive.
if it's
All-inclusive. What?
If it's
a Marshall
correct.
Monday, you want to be the first person because you wouldn't want to stand in that line.
True.
So
Okay.
I
Last
do like
person
that.
is
Depending on
the
the fat.
last man to leave the fete.
I do like that.
Never do like that.
I do like that.
So,
Because
RisAnne,
traffic
what
now.
say you? Do like that or do like that? Last person to leave the fete. You the last, the straggler.
Do like that.
Like that,
I
all.
do like that.
You're ready to go home and your friends say, no, wait, what?
Nah.
That's me.
Wait,
That's me. Just now.
That is a disher. That is a disher. She wants to leave when they're mopping, when they're sweeping.
Exactly.
Worse.
Exactly.
Worse.
Okay, virtual fete. You're already home. So you don't have to worry about it. Do like that, do like that. Oh gosh. Well, we know this panel. We know this panel already. So,
I get it, but do like that.
I do like that.
I don't like that.
One
Don't
small
like
part.
No.
so carnival again, we have different for as ladies. For men, I don't think they really care, right? Some people come out with a new a whole new, what you call it, kid, everything have to be new. So the shoes new boots, new whatever. New shoes or you need
Oh, how it really
faithful.
There's fun
Yeah.
the road.
This is for the road.
the
Monday
road.
Do like that. Do like that.
do must be
Yeah.
new.
Not
Yeah.
surprised. Not surprised.
Not a
Every year. What do you mean? The costume gonna be completely different from the last year. I
So
can't
another
even
match.
tell you.
Let me ask you, let me go back to this same shoes. Now, also people have different options. I'm trying to get out of this and I am not even sure how. Exit. People have different options in terms of whether they wear boots or they wear heels, right? Which do you prefer? Boots or heels on the road?
Boots for sure.
Boots.
Yeah.
Boots. Yeah. Do like that for the boots.
Heels, what? I'm
Sneakers.
34. What?
I
Very
don't.
woke.
Right. So the other one. So are you arriving before the trucks on Carnival Tuesday? Now I know Evo is going to say some things about this one please do not defame my character, right? But RisAnne, are you there before the bus move off?
Never. Always right before the cross the stage. I always meet by the savannah
That's
before
why
they cross the stage.
No,
Why?
really. No, really. No, really. I want to maximize my jump. I'd be ready Carnival Tuesday to jump from sun up until midnight. And this style, let me tell you,
I was ever on this.
I want to spend my whole day on the road. But we always have to be begging, trying to see if they have any food left because we reach late for breakfast.
I agree. So last year, was it last year? Yes. And the year before that, I make it to, even on Monday, I made it to the stage because, I put it in my New Year's resolution. I say, I am waking up early. I am going to meet the band early and get the most out of the jump. But Tuesday is longer anyway. So once you reach before midday, I feel you're good. Even though sometimes you reach after. But
like I'm not going to say left up to you, we will walk in and meet them
Like
at the lunch stop.
11:30 is perfect. 12, right? Like literally meet in the savannah, cross the stage. And I've done this for the past 3 years, by the way.
I hate that.
People looking for me like, you're the section leader. I'm like, yes, so you're not the boss of me. What? I had to sleep last night. I had to rest these feet. I'm old.
exactly.
How about that?
Our next situation, you're going the all-inclusive, whichever all-inclusive, whether it's Hyatt, Lime, or who else, whatever the others are. So you starve all day because the fat all-inclusive. Do like that or don't like that?
Don't like that.
I don't like that at all.
Nah, I eaten something before I go.
I listen.
I'll eat a light meal.
Yeah,
I'll eat
something
a
light,
meal.
but something to hold me because sometimes when I reach, I don't know where's my vibes. Like food is always my vibes when I reach first, eh?
Yeah.
But sometimes I end up talking to somebody, something, and champagne might just splash in my direction. And I ain't
That's all
nothing,
good.
and I'm drinking that champagne, and I ain't.
I feel like all inclusives are wasted on me
Nah.
because 9 times out of 10, I don't want to go and really eat too much. I feel like it's just bring my whole vibe down and I go into the pet for the pet. So yeah,
That kind of thing, yeah.
the all inclusives are wasted. The premium drinks is the only thing I would be interested in.
The thing is,
Yeah,
you should eat before you go. You should eat before you go because if you go there hungry, your first thing you eat will fill you.
Yeah.
And you basically waste the all-inclusive same way now, right? So eat before you go.
I don't even like. I might pick at something, but it's not for me. I don't need the food.
I just don't like the lines. I find the lines real unattractive, and my outfit, I'm not lining up in no line. I have on some big extra fandangles and all kind of thing. And what? I'm like, no, I am not lining up for an hour wearing what I'm wearing. Like,
You're wearing expensive clothes, looking hungry in the back of the line.
Right? I need to be in the front party and dancing, like for the party, feeling the energy, feeling the vibe, taking in the scenes, taking pictures of the whole setup, and like Forever Dry and Soca Brainwash.
Right.
I love that events. It's so beautiful. I'm all into set designs and so I'm all into that extra with props and thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that shit. I like that a lot.
So front of the stage when the artists come on, that should be artistes and E. I apologize.
Absolute front and center. We do.
Is that for all
like
artists?
that.
Kareem?
Not at all.
Pretending to be civil today, Kareem. Okay.
Nah. Front of the stage depends on the artist.
It depends on the artist because for sure I sometimes like you the one that gets stuck in the back and then everybody just kind of dead and everybody studying.
You have to go in front for your blessings from Iowa. You have to go in front.
No, I was one person that will get me to go all the way to the back. I went straight to the back of the crowd. I'm not
go and get your blessings from Iowa.
I don't want
that is a question. I could skip to that one. No, I was throwing water. Do like that or do like that.
Now we love that.
It depends.
I love that shit.
Like for example, in a bougie event, probably not. Definitely not.
No.
But in like a soca or something, I in front of the stage.
This is a wet fet. This is like a wet fet, a bacchanal fet, a cooler fet kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's bacchanal. Okay, fine. But I don't want to dress up nice. I spend an hour on my face and then I go and stand up in front and he here with the 250 ml blue waters and he just throw that whole thing on me.
My pork and my
Let me be real. If you're in front of the stage, right, jumping up and down, you're going to get that level of wet anyway.
No, no,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no, no. No, no, no. Makeup can stand up to sweat. It can stand up to mist. What it cannot stand up to is a literal, like, a go,
Blessing.
and he just squeezed that water bottle and he wants to fly on your face.
So
I mean, it
Risa,
will hold up to it too, but
the next one, losing articles of clothing in defect.
Yes.
when you say like stripping down,
No, 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 not intentionally. Like
oh,
you're
because you know men do that.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, if you don't leave in a vest, you didn't enjoy yourself. You waste your money. You
oh
must
god.
It's
leave.
not for me. It's not for me.
But I guess when you put together, when you put together your outfit, you can be. I don't think. I don't know. I don't understand.
Is it
So
that
losing articles of clothing in the Fetrisan.
shades? That's the only thing. Shades.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
So you have your purse, you have both sides of shoes, right?
Yes. Yes.
You ain't missing a flag, a rag,
No.
a belt, I don't know what.
Nah, just
Earring, a
shades.
earring, fall off.
Earrings and shades.
But earrings, it could accidentally lose, but
And
But-
lashes.
But are you
Lashes.
using them? You know.
and lashes.
All right. Well, I gather from you guys with Iowa that you are not likely to be throwing water either.
No,
You have people in the Fet
I don't
always
like people in the Fet throwing
They
water.
throwing beer.
I
don't
hate
like that.
that. I
I don't
hate
like that
that.
at all. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Let Iowa wet me. Iowa had the blessings of the water lord. Don't come on and be wetting me, no Fet, brother.
All right. This one. Come into the cooler Fet without ice because you know you must find somebody who have ice.
I don't mind the ice because they will sell ice at the bar. You see the cups or the
It's not
chaser,
really-
the main piece.
I don't like that. Come with your thing. Come with all your thing. I mean like that.
Yeah.
I just walk with drinks, so
You do what?
If
I'll walk with a bottle or something. I
Yes.
wouldn't walk without. Ice is low than thing. I'm only new to the driving game now, so I'm not toting a bag of ice. Sorry.
I want everything.
So you would be the one asking people for ice. You would be the one looking for
I'll buy ice
could
at
buy
the
ice.
back of ice.
Yeah,
Back of
buy
ice.
I didn't say about buying ice. I say making a friend with
Nah.
ice.
Don't come by me with my ice. I total my ice. Don't come by me. Me ain't no friends with nobody. Come with your thing.
RisAnne,
Or leave your bottle. Leave your whole bottle.
so this one is we come into the cooler Fet without ice. Because you're making a friend. I'm not talking
Yes.
about buying the ice. You're making a
do
friend
like
with
that.
ice.
I do like that.
You do like that.
That's how proud I am, but
Sad.
definitely, yeah. Walk in and say
Sad.
hi. It's okay if I get some.
We
But
talk
that's
about
the thing.
coming grown up to total strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a thing.
Nah.
All you could do
All the
that,
time.
though. All you could do that.
Nah.
Good,
Well,
I'm good.
I
I'm
do.
good with that.
I was like,
got-
don't be my intention. Like, I don't leave him and say, I'm not going to buy ice. And
Me-
like, don't be intentional. I was reaching, I was like, wait now. Pretty buys. Wait, that's real far. Everybody wants to drink now. Yeah, so like, pour a drink here and then we go by the bar.
I think that's a
Maybe
guilt
some
thing
ice, and
because
just
I don't
some
see
ice.
much.
It really easy. People are friendly. And
Nah, I don't
mind.
see people. I walk up to somebody, me and my big self. Hey, I'm gonna get some of your eyes there. They're watching me and game me. I don't see that happening. I walk
But I
up.
think
Men
that's a man thing.
Yeah.
Probably thinking that is
You're a
gender
big man
thing.
and you coming begging for ice? No.
Nothing wrong with ice. You don't want no ice. Nothing wrong with ice. So
I
I don't like when people
yeah.
don't come with cups. That is really bother me. But this
God.
happens to people coming. Yeah, I can take a cup. Okay, and you get them one. My partner coming in a cup. Excuse me.
No, but that's the thing with the ice, because the ice is a gateway. Now, I
You have all of this shit.
will freely give ice. I don't mind. But you see, from the time you allow people to go in your cooler with ice, then all of a sudden,
They
It's
see
we
that-
cooler.
they're cooler.
It's we cooler.
Yeah.
I
exactly,
never weak
all of
cooler.
a sudden is everybody cooler.
Yeah.
And I do agree. I think it would be easier for a female to ask for ice, but
Yeah.
I do believe that men will ask women for ice. Like if it's a group of girls with a cooler,
Yes.
You know?
so it depends. You have to pick and choose who you're asking for
Nah.
ice. But
I feel them group of girls go and laugh at me. Them go and be like, what's this one?
Nah, that's
Nah.
a imaginary
Bullshit.
fear.
Nah. If you
It's
pour a
actually-
sweet wine on one of them, you will get the drinks that.
Ah.
Yeah.
You see, but that's the thing.
I've been there.
I prefer you come.
That's tactic.
I prefer you come and ask for the ice outright. Don't whine and then ask for ice. No, you come for ice, ask me for the ice.
You're prostituting your wine out here, dog.
I'm not going to
Can't be
say that.
prostituting your wine.
I'm
You're
not going to
prostituting
say
your wine,
that.
dog.
Yeah, let me think. Let me know upfront. But from the time somebody hand in your cooler, that is the end of the story. Because then, and I don't know if it's like, just your feel. I don't know, because Trinis are quite naturally, what you call this thing, quite naturally giving, right? We're warm
I
and
think
friendly
generous.
people.
I think so.
In
So from the
general,
time you
yes.
Isn't
ask
it?
for ice, it's like,
And nobody will get talks, eh? They
That
will
is
get
it. We
talks.
also very embarrassing. We
We
also
get talks, but
very embarrassing.
I just focus on once I get
See,
what I want. Well, they say, I get what I want. Bye.
yeah. But no, but I mean, like from the time you ask for ice and it's like, you need a drink, or you have chaser, or, it's just like a gateway. That's what it's a
Yeah.
gateway.
That's why I meet people and make friends.
True.
For
Yeah.
carnival, is end up seeing the same people in the same fete next time too.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Drop
Drop
on
on
the
the
ground
ground and
roll.
roll. That's you or that's not you.
Kareem,
On
talk
the
the truth.
ground. Yes,
On the ground and roll.
definitely yes. Then when I don't go out much, right? So when I go out, I go in to enjoy my whole
Yes.
self now.
Go
that's
hard.
true. That's true.
You put
But
your
better
whole
Yeah,
body
than
in
dropping
it.
on the ground.
my whole self had to enjoy my whole self. So
I
like
know
what we doing
20
today?
things that
We
drop
dropping
on the
on the
ground
ground
when I
today?
do that.
Yes, yes, we are
Yeah.
that. We doing
I
that.
think that is the last one I had on this. I am not sure why my whatchamacallit is not, collaborating there with me today.
Listen, maybe I could ask you a few other questions. I don't know if anybody had any other questions for you, but one of the questions I had was of the videos that you've styled, do you have a favorite?
Wow. I think I have. Hmm. I have favorites in different categories. I have favorites, like I have the best experience that I had. The visual may not have been my favorite, like the end
Okay.
result, but the process perhaps was my favorite process. I don't know if that
Okay.
Mm.
So
answers
best
the question.
process and then best look. Best process and then best
One of
final
the best processes I would
favorite.
have would be with Nyla, because is she is insatiable when it comes to perfection and for the best, you know, and is forced me to be pushed. Like she's not the type of client that I could just select things and come and say, right, this is what you're wearing and that's the final. You
Mm.
know, she's be
Okay.
like, okay, I love this. Let's add more. And I'd be like,
Mhm.
yes. I'd be
She
like, yes,
extra, very
yeah.
extra. Yeah,
So
yeah.
it pushes me and it allows me to add more of my costumey kind of vibe and flavor boldly, you know, and I
Mm.
love that.
Mm.
So definitely I would say that, and it's a challenge that I like. I like the challenge with, never knowing if this will be the final thing. We might add, it might be something else by the time we get there. And her contribution is a lot to that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
In terms of best
Like final
favorites,
final product, yeah.
real hard boy. I would say it would have to be two of them. One would be Patrice. Um, hmm, it's very hard. One would definitely be Patrice. What's the song, please?
I like it hot. That one?
Yes, I think
That
I
one.
like it hot. I really loved the different sets. So that was
Yes.
it for me. I really love that.
Yes.
That
And
was a
generally,
stylish video.
was that?
That was a stylish video.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
like that video, and the sets, the different sets had me. I mean, it's a theater in me,
Mm.
so that definitely had me. And Patricia has a really awesome, sweet vibe. She have a real nice energy, and that was definitely one of my favorite end results. Nylan Chensia too.
Mm.
We ready?
Yeah.
Right?
That was another favorite end results
Oh,
as
that was
well.
you. Good job.
Yeah, because I didn't see it coming together. You know what I mean? Like we did the parts, but I didn't know what the director was doing. I didn't know what the final result was. When I saw it, I was like, damn, it was real
Coda,
good.
You're like,
like
Like,
Coda
why
and
did
me.
that? Look
Yeah,
at that.
right.
Like
And
me there.
did a lot of shots that I wasn't aware of. So
mhm.
in my mind, sometimes I pay attention so much that I think I know what it's gonna be like. Like I see him do that shot, so I know that angle. I knew that was coming. And
Mhm.
then he just put together shots, and I was like, whoa, where did this drone thing come? What? We seen the whole North Coast. It was real awesome. So
Mm.
I think that was one of my favorite projects for sure. But in terms of my favorite ad campaigns, which actually pays me, so put in a plug to all the ad agencies that hire me and work with my crazy self. My favorite ad campaign would definitely be White Oak. Not anything
Right.
recent, not anything recent, but
One
I
of the
did
first
other
ones.
recent stuff too. But yeah, one of the
Just
first
say.
ones. Yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite campaigns. That one.
Yeah,
That's when
get that
Nyla
plug
had
in.
just signed on as ambassador.
Yes,
Get
yes.
that
And
Yeah,
then
you
like
remember
plug in.
that
Yeah.
campaign? That
a
was
TV ad
sweet.
running.
Get
Yeah,
that plug
boy.
in.
That
Yeah.
was yeah.
Let me ask you, RisAnne. So, of all the artists, because you've worked with a number of them, right? You've already worked with a number of them. Of the ones that you have not worked with as yet, who you feel really need to pick up the phone
Need
and
to
call
call you.
you? Like you
Say,
need
call me
someone
now.
like they need the they need the
Um
Call me now. Let me help you.
who should call you? Call me now.
you tell me a vote. You
That's a
This
very naughty question, yo.
this sounding like all they
you
trying
tell
to
me.
put this girl in trouble out here. All they go ahead now,
You tell me
man.
a
But
vote.
Kareem,
You
who
tell
should
me.
call her?
No, are you trying to blow up my DMs again? That way you're trying to do.
So I don't know who. I don't know
Well, it won't
who.
be new to you. You always making back an app. So
Who need to call your son, boy?
Tell me.
Or
Like
call her more often because
several.
now I'm not sure if you have worked. No, I was saying either they need to call her for the first time or call her more often. The two names come to mind, and it's not a disrespect thing. It's just it's just people who I see are like right at the cusp of being like there for the styling, and I just want to see them take it to the next level. So it's not even on this. It's like on your own, you've done so well that if you employed RisAnne now, so
elevated.
two names come to mind. Nessa,
and who?
because I think she's about to blow up. I want to see her do it. And it's another girl, and I feel like she's always been like right there. But she had that one song that everybody knows, everybody loves, and not to say she's only had one song, but I just mean she's always been like knocking right on the door. She's always in your periphery. She always contributes something, and that is Lil Bits, who is not so little anymore. But
so no, people laughing. I totally predicted it. It was real.
Yes, because she is just right there, and I think that on her own, she has been doing well to try to evolve her look.
Her style, I think she's at an experimental stage, and I think that she's so beautiful and so talented, and she's such a nice person.
Yes,
it is crazy.
And I feel like she has all the elements. She just hasn't, she has all the elements, and she's one of the names that we know. We you know a little bit. She's a household name. And I feel like she has all the things to play in her corner, but somehow she's just missing that little.
It have all the parts of the equation, but then play together yet.
Yes, something about her look.
And I think it's a process. Finding your look is, and I'm just going to be very diplomatic.
Find her look,
finding your look is super difficult. Finding your look and something for you to own and claim.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's very difficult, and it's not very easy, especially when you haven't found you. Not saying that nobody in
that she hasn't.
I'm just saying that sometimes when you in search of your own purpose,
right,
it kind of shows on the outside as well. So you jump from this style to that style to that style, and it's just you trying to find your way. You know,
find something.
She works with a really talented stylist, Miguel DLR. He's very, very talented, and I believe Space Boy, and he is. Again, experimenting with her, trying to, but you need both parties have to come together, like the stylist and the artist have to come together in a real kind of interpersonal way. And it can't be about pleasing each other. It can't be about making, not being afraid or whatever.
How to be a trust too.
Trying things, and then doing a lot of research, finding people who look like you,
right,
and seeing what works for them. And trying to say, okay, but finding people who look like you have to know what to look like.
I find her so like face, just her face. Beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. Like I see some of her shoots and I'm like, ooh, and I want to see her do well. Like she's one of those artists like I want to see, because she is another genuinely nice person. She has a good voice. She's consistent. She you know what I mean? I like little bits. And I want to see more from her, especially now that she's, as you say, she's really experimenting a lot, and I think that is working for her because she's really trying.
She doesn't have bits anymore. I think she just goes by bits now.
It's not
bits. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, bits. But you know,
Let me
her actual bits were never
Yeah, to
little.
disrespect the artist.
She
Yeah.
was
also
little.
ask,
Her bits were all there, always
But
Except,
fully.
let me
I
ask
well,
think
as
I
well.
think in 2021 anything could happen. Who
yeah.
knows? You know, she and I might do a collaboration.
I would love to see it.
But honestly, I like that she is working with a stylist because she understands the importance
Of
of
having
it,
one.
and I think that it
Yes.
also allows stylists to get platforms to be creative and work. You know what I mean? So I really want and wish them the best in
Mhm.
terms of
Yes.
the future
Yes.
looks and stuff. And I know that they would find a kind of final form of
For
what her
her.
style is and move
Yeah.
forward, you know, in that vein.
Mhm.
You
But is
know?
it
Mhm.
in your opinion? Because again, like you said, she does have a stylist, and there are a plethora of other artists. Some who have stylists, some who don't. And you were talking about sometimes people jump or have different styles, maybe because they haven't sort of
Yeah.
defined themselves as yet.
Mm-hmm.
But do you find perhaps it's more prevalent that people jump on trends rather than developing their own style? So they're like, okay, well, this is
Ah.
what we're wearing now, so I'll wear
Mm-hmm.
this, rather than, okay, what is my style? What am I comfortable with? What makes sense for what I'm doing? Because what you might wear at a shoot, you might not wear on stage, right? Or what you
Mm-hmm.
might wear on stage, you might not wear at a shoot, So,
Mhm.
so
But
is
then
it?
all those things still also kind of need to tell the same story as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I
it's like a
think
lot.
I think what really puts me ahead, and I'm not being nothing but just
No.
honest earlier, is the psychology behind styling, the psychology behind dealing with human beings, because that's who you're dealing with every day. Um, and also the unique combination of experience with theater
Mm,
and that performative ability. I think that is what honestly is my secret obia weapon, you know, because consultations are everything.
mm,
Consultations are everything. You have to know who you're working with. It's like therapy, and not every therapist and you will match. It wouldn't work with every therapist. So
mm,
just like every stylist and every artist, it doesn't always work. It always gel, and I've had clients where it's been very difficult for me to gel with them. Not because they don't want to wear what I suggest, but because what I suggest in everything I suggest in is just not them. They don't feel
Right.
comfortable in it.
in
You know
it,
what I
yeah.
mean? Whether or not I find or the world find they look good in it, they're not comfortable in it, and that's fine. That's like finding a therapist that doesn't really work with you. So you know what I mean? You feel the natural vibe and the connection.
Hmm.
And you
Also, I'm not friends with my clients. That's the next thing that helps, I think, a lot. I love all of them dearly, and we work really well together. And we have a great time when we are working together. But when we're
Hmm.
not working together, we're not friends. We don't message each other and say, "Hey, what are you doing tonight? We're eating later. What are you going later? Which fete is that? I come in." That's not really my
right.
style.
Yeah,
The work ends when I get paid and the job is done, and we say
yeah,
bye
Right.
until next time.
yeah.
Also,
Right.
people have this weird delusion that I am this person's stylist or that person's stylist. And it's just work. It's work for me. It's a job,
Yeah.
like going to work. So
Right.
it
And
does
so
have
that
a nice magical connection otherwise, but that connection is associated with work. So learning to separate that and not be excited that is a celebrity or excited about, you know what I mean, and think about them in a practical way.
Hmm.
I think that discernment kind of gives me an edge,
because you
you
Yeah.
can
know?
stay objective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have
And be
to.
professional.
Yeah,
And
I
be
can't
Yeah.
get
professional.
carried away, you know.
Because I
Um,
think sometimes people look at it, people are maybe looking at it as a hustle. We will talk.
mhm,
That's a different story about soca artists and the difference between now that there are no face-to-face events and those who who work and who believe in this thing and they're professional in terms of their music, and so they put out music because that is their job, and then those
mhm,
who hustling because I know if I sing a song I might get in a fet, and I might get
mhm,
that kind of way. And so being professional and again looking at it as a job and as a career, because again you're looking to build and grow, and it's not just
mhm,
you're doing this because my name go get out there and I'll go know this person and I'll be associated with this person and I might get in I might get a a comp or whatever to be in part. It's
mhm.
a different, like I said, a different mindset.
And I've turned this into a full-time career. This is
Yep.
an everyday career for me. I don't work somewhere and then do this on the
Yeah.
side or anything like that. And putting that amount of faith into what I'm doing, is another thing that I think brings opportunities, that belief that it exists, that it will come, the
And
calls that's coming in.
you do this with individual clients as well, right? It's not just
Yes,
celebrities.
I
It's like
definitely do this with individuals, clients as well. And a big marketing perception, or a big perception, is that I only work with soca artists, or people who have a song, or musicians. I like working with musicians because the song helps to tell the story. Like when they send the song to me, I meditate on that for days. I listen to that in the shower, I listen to that in the car, I listen to that, you know what I mean, over and over. And it's most of the time unreleased music. So it's not music I could blare out all over the place, but I definitely have to take it in and kind of just vibe, so that I could see things maybe that they didn't see, or make suggestions for fabrics and shapes that they didn't, you know what I mean? So
that was actually something I wanted to ask you, if some of your creations are inspired by, what some of the art that is put out in and around the carnival season, if that is part of your inspiration in terms of your designs and such.
Yeah, my inspiration comes from sometimes very dark places, grief and sadness, and it also comes from just being real grateful generally. I know I'm sounding like a hippie, but it's really truth. Just being
Process is your
grateful for the day
process.
to day. Yeah, just being grateful for the day to day, and seeing my progress does really inspire me too, because I really doubt myself at the beginning. So I really spend a lot of time mentoring other women and girls, sometimes men too, on just believing in themselves and just knowing that they're worthy, and that leads to a lot of networking. That work has led to a lot of networking and a lot of opportunities. That genuine just want somebody else. Because honestly, if I met a me, I don't know, you all wouldn't be able to speak to me, darling. Today, if I met a me when I was in secondary school, you know what I mean? I would have been like, what? What do you mean I could do it? What do you mean I could do that? Like me, you know what I mean? Just somebody else, not my mother. Because I mean, our mothers, most of them, say things like, you could do anything and da. Nobody tells you how, you know what I mean?
Yes,
And nobody
yeah,
kind of
nobody says
helps you figure out what your thing is, your passion is now. A lot of parents working real hard too, so they don't have time to see that, or notice that. So they're providing the basic necessities. So I get it. But I definitely know that I needed of me, just somebody to just watch me in my eye, down in my eye, and somebody who willing to do what they say too as well, not just say you can do anything. You know what I mean? Life is
yes,
hard.
yeah,
Life is hard, and that's the kind of discussions I have with them. I say life is really, really hard, and I get it. You know what I mean? And it's probably not going to get much better if you don't choose. And they'd be like, choose
right.
what? And I'd be like, you have choices. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? And the choice is most of the time really uncomfortable. So I think that's a big part of my purpose. Through art, I think that is my outreach. I think outreach is my purpose, because that's is keep my clock ticking. Is keep me. I could live knowing that this girl not gonna be, you know what I mean, a
Yeah,
statistic tomorrow. I mean, I can't control her whether or not she's safe in this
the
crazy
choices she
place,
makes.
but just informing her that she have choices, planting that seed, so that I know that she don't have to do what her mother doing, or what father doing, or what she see alone. She could look at me and see that I do this, and look at selling this. Come here and paint this t-shirt, and then let's sell it. Let me show you, you could make money from home. You know what I mean? For yourself.
Right.
You could buy your period products, so you could buy your own things. So you don't have to cry and feel the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the kind of
Yes.
work, and it really not cute, and it's hard to market. It hard to get
Right.
people to care about things like that, because it's not glamorous, it's not shiny, it's not something to wear, you know?
Right.
So, but that's the kind of work I'm getting into more and more, and
Yes.
I finding ways to do that work and still pay bills and buy bread and not starve at the
Yeah.
same time. But
Yeah.
one thing I wanted to definitely put is that I have my company Bronco and Caribbean is now a green, 100% environmentally friendly brand, and that is hard and has a lot of challenges. Um, and it came about because of my last costume with Lost Tribe and Nancy. While I was creating a Nancy, I was watching this documentary. It was just playing in the background about the environment and things like that. And it's not like I haven't been aware. I'm a big like I don't play with littering, and I can't tolerate certain things, and I was really trying my best to use as many natural fibers as possible or whatever. But I wasn't thinking about it in the commercial sense. Like I was very caught up in the commercial side of things and getting paid and whatever and creating this costume for these people. And while I was using it, I was using a lot of plastic materials to create the announce. I don't know if you all know what the
Yes.
costume looks like.
Yeah.
I use a
Yeah.
lot of plastic, colorful plastic sheeting and stuff. Real amazing material that looks really good. And then the costume sold out, and I realized that over 100 people are going to be wearing this. That means they have to make what going to happen to this after? What, you know what I mean? And it's 500 years and saying that going to sit down with them. You know what I mean? Like, what am I doing for my nieces? And do I care?
Right.
Or do I care more? Like, what is going on? And I had it was a whole guilt
Epiphany.
trip. Oh my God, it was very painful to think about. And I mean, I'd had to calm down and not be so hard on myself.
Right.
But moving forward, what am I going to do? Yes, I do this. Yes, you know what I mean? What am I going to do? So there are a few organizations like Carney Cycle that are doing a lot of, upcycling and stuff like that, but they weren't doing upcycling. They were doing more trying to let it be used for some other purpose for as long as possible so that I do end up in the dump, which I appreciate. But I wanted to know how can I, because I upcycle every day. Like I'm the queen of upcycling. And it started with not having nice clothes to go to my school bazaar in primary school. Having the same jumper that I wear to the last school bazaar, wanting it to look different. So putting bleach on it and trying different, you know what I mean? To a whole tie-dye thing. And that's how it started from being resourceful, you know?
Yeah.
And I just wanted to tap back into that girl now. Because she was onto something. She was onto something. You know, and in 5-6 years, the entire world has no choice but to do what I'm doing right now. Upcycling going to be a big part of our lives. You know, throwing away clothes and fast fashion is going to die. You know, it's dying slowly, but it's going to die. And COVID has exacerbated that death. It's going to happen much sooner. So I don't want to wait until it's a popularity thing. And that is one popularity thing I don't mind people jumping on, because that bandwagon is the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Like I have no problem with people saying, I want to do that too. I'll be like, yes, that's the whole point of it. You know what I mean? Trying to be original by using as many natural fibers as possible. Every time you wash something that is polyester, some turtle floating, dying. That's what how you need to think about it. Like,
right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you wash clothes in the washing machine, where does that water go? You know what I mean,
Yeah.
guys?
Yeah.
I'm not saying basic, but it's something that we don't think about day to day, you know? And I'm not saying that tomorrow it'll be easy for me to stop, like 100% get rid of every, you know, or upcycle every single thing I own. But starting somewhere and just starting that conversation is really important.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to push that energy and do more research myself, because I'm not an EMA specialist, right? But I want to become more in tune, you know? So I'm doing more research, more reading every day. Just one little fact, you know, and how to apply it to
what you do.
Yeah, in some way. It has to be, I want my nieces to be proud of it, you know?
So I know we're looking to wrap, but I could not let us wrap without playing this little clip.
Yes.
I have a little clip here. And I just want to see your reaction to this. You ready?
Yes. Oh my God. I hate you so much. I hate
person
you.
in the foreground is me.
Oh my God.
There's no sound, There's no sound on it.
I'm glad.
I'm so sorry. You don't need sound.
Okay.
Evo, I did not. Where am I? Not doing the right choreography.
Somewhere about it. The funny thing is, I don't know that any of us were really professional dancers, but
no, but all of y'all did it though. Y'all did it good. Y'all went to rehearsal and did the right thing. I come in and I was like, yeah, where's the moves again? Okay, right.
yes.
Got it.
I'm stopping the stream now.
Yeah.
But I remember that you did come in at the last minute, and she knocked it out of you.
Didn't it? It was.
Yes, she did. Just remember that episode I was talking about. She learned very quickly, and there was an episode recently. I just saw it play back the other day where I talked about wishing I was more proficient in whining. Well, my friend here is, So
Me.
it was easy for her to knock it out of the park. It took me the full rehearsal time to just make sure to move the right chicken time. And she came out like the day before, like a superstar. Okay, well, we got it. All right, 1+1 make 2.
Right? Terrible.
She was in it. She was in it.
Yeah. For our listeners, it was a clip of Kerwin Dubois and Charles
Sorry.
Marshall. That was Soca Monarch what year?
2008. Is it?
2008 for our listeners. So if you go back and watch Girl Farm, you will
Don't-
see.
Please don't do that, guys. It was so great being here, guys. Thanks so much for having me.
No, thank you. And I hope that we can have you back soon, maybe in season 3, because I want to get more discussion going on your eco-conscious fashion, your enviro fashion. I don't know what
Yeah.
what
I
your
love that.
brand.
Is that copyrighted? Right? We need to
Go ahead.
talk.
You go ahead. Also more about, I mean, there's just so much, and you know, the discussion, evolved and went into different places that, you know, I wasn't even prepared for. I didn't even imagine that it could, like this element of eco-consciousness and infusing that into the carnival, into the mass, and into fashion in general, what we wear every day. In fact, I believe the top I am wearing is recycled. So look at that. See how that works? I think we use recycled materials to create it. Not the point. That's not the point. I'm wrapping up here. I will also want to get into more of your process in terms of the costume design, in terms of the styling, because again, sometimes people think, you know, it's easy, or you just do it, or like, again, you know, you put on clothes and that's it. But you know, how are you, you know, selling the story, you know, telling the story through what you're wearing and the set and the everything else. So hopefully you come back to us another time, and we'll get into all these things, and you know, you can impart some knowledge on the younger ones, the up and coming ones. I mean, not even younger ones, because at whatever age, you know, do you be bold, strike out, try.
Yes,
you know, I always say on SOAPBOX podcast, nothing beats a try. Nobody could vex with you for trying, for doing something. So thank you so much.
No problem.
On behalf of the panel and everybody, thank
Somehow
you.
we lost Kareem along the way, but on behalf of Kareem,
his barbecue is probably off the grill.
It's Carnival Sunday today. Well, this will air on Carnival Sunday. What would you typically be doing today if we had Carnival? If we had a traditional?
Probably making something, finishing an outfit for somebody, for something.
Yeah. So your Monday wear done ready? You ready with the Monday?
No, my Monday wear finishes on Carnival Monday morning, darling. That's why by 12 we meet in the band. 12.
Okay. Unlike some people,
that's my sometimes you just have in your mind, you know, your theme. Oh gosh, this is a whole next discussion. Sometimes you have a theme, like, because I like Mondays because it helps you, like, it gives you that opportunity to express yourself, right? And that was another debate, and they do like that or do like that, because some people prefer the where they give you something to wear, like a t-shirt or whatever. But you're torn, because Monday is where you can express yourself. And ask Evo, I always have a theme.
It always does, and I get sucked into the theme. I don't ever have an option or choice there. She says, our theme this year is
I love that.
So that, I think I'm going to adopt RisAnne's excuse. It's because, in my mind, I'm still, making sure that the theme works. And that's why we are late on Monday. And on Tuesday, we're late because trying to figure out which thing goes where in the costume. Right?
Not to get yourself into it.
Right.
So it's Carnival Sunday, you're taking in the mascara and you're fixing somebody's whatever Monday wear, whatever they are going to wear. Yes. And so I wish that's what I wish on you today. I mean, I know we can't, but
I'm actually heading on set now for the same Camberley film. Yeah. A lot of wardrobe to iron, so I need to leave.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much.
Bye, guys. Thanks so much for having me. Bye, Peter.
Bye.
Bye.